Hello and welcome back for another week of Daily Fantasy NASCAR. I'm Chris Durrell. I'm here for dailyfantasysportsrankings.com. That's DFSR.com for short. To bring you my top picks for the Alabama 500 from Talladega Superspeedway. I'm going to start out by going through how to load the cheat sheet, going through my article at DFSR.com. So let's get right into it. So we're here. We're going to scroll through the article. I do a little bit of a preview here each week, going over the track, some things to look for, as well as some race trends. And then right at the bottom of that cheat sheet, I've got some pre-qualifying targets, as well as the cheat sheet itself. So you can either click here, or you can click on the actual image here, and it's going to load a cheat sheet that looks very similar to this. Once it gets loaded up here, the first thing you're going to notice once this loads is that it's going to be in view only mode. So what you're going to want to do to be able to edit it and sort any of those columns is go to File, make a copy. You're going to name it whatever you'd like and hit OK. It's going to open another one. You can close out the original one, and now you're going to be able to sort. So if you wanted to sort by DraftKings points over the last 6 races, you're going to click anywhere in that column here, column E, and then you're going to go up to Data, sort Z to A, which would be highest to lowest. And then it's going to sort those drivers. As you can see, Martin Truex Jr. has been dominating. He's got almost 20 more points per race than any other driver in his last 6 races. So we're going to go back. We're going to sort by DraftKings. And I'm just going to go over a little bit of strategy before we get going here. So Dominator points are somewhat out the window this race, as only one driver has led more than 50 laps over the last 3 races here at Talladega. But what we are going to be looking for this week is place differential points. It's going to be key, as there's been at least 12 drivers to gain double-digit place differential points in 3 straight and 5 of the last 6 races here at Talladega. When it comes to restrictor plate races, it's also a good idea, especially in GPPs, to stack drivers from the same team, as they're going to be working together in a draft for most of the race up until probably that final lap, where it is going to be every man for himself, or lady for Danica Patrick. I've been doing about 2 to 3 lineups per week over the last few weeks, and doing pretty good with just in single entries and 3 entry max tournaments on DraftKings. But this week, Talladega really brings that element of, there's going to be a crash, some drivers are going to be out, there's a lot more risk this week, so I'm probably going to be max entering about 50 lineups in some of those contests, so I'm going to want to get exposure to quite a few drivers. But in this video, I'm going to go over just a couple of my core drivers and top stacks that I'm going to be looking at. So first of all, my main ones on this sheet, you're going to see dark green and bold. Those are going to be my key guys. The light green are going to be my secondary core guys, and then at the bottom I've got a couple drivers in blue, and those are going to be like my stars and scrubs value plays this week. So to start out, I'm looking at the Team Penske, Brad Keselowski, and Joey Logano. They make a high upside stack for GPPs. It's going to be a little bit risky. If we scroll over and we look at the qualifying ranks, we see that Logano's starting 3rd and Keselowski is starting 6th, so there's not a lot of place differential for them this week. So I think they may come a little bit lower owned than, say, the Toyotas, who are all starting outside the top 10. Actually, they're all starting outside the top 15 this week, so it brings a little bit of risk. But between Brad and Joey, they have 6 career wins here together. So I think just that experience, they're very good on the restrictor plate tracks, so they're going to be a great stack this week. Next up, I've got the Stewart-Haas Racing combination of Kevin Harvick and Kurt Busch. They bring some value this week just because Harvick is under 10K. You can see him here at 9,700, and Kurt Busch is all the way down at 8,300. So they bring some value there. Kurt Busch has not really been, I guess, that great lately, but they do bring... Kevin Harvick gives you some place differential value starting 22nd. And looking at them, Busch has been excellent here lately. He's finished top 10 at Talladega in 4 straight and 5 of his last 6 races here. Harvick has 1 career win here, and he does give us some, like I said, some place differential value starting 22nd. A little more risk with Kurt, but I think the price offsets the 4th starting place. So I think combining those 2 together makes some high upside stack as well. Next up, I've got highlighted in light green the Toyota. We've got the Furniture Row Racing and Joe Gibbs Racing drivers. Kyle Busch starting 16th, Martin Truex Jr. starting 21st, Denny Hamlin starting 15th, and Matt Kenseth starting 19th. Some say they were probably sandbagging in practice. They didn't really show top speed. But with that place differential value, they're going to be hard to get away from the combination of 3 or 4 of them in a lineup for sure, especially with the amount of low-end value. And we're going to get into that next. My 2 top drivers when looking at the value plays this week Eric Almirola, he is 3rd overall in the rankings. He's starting 26th this week, and he has top 10 finishes here at Talladega in back-to-back races, and he's finished 16th or better in 4 of his last 5 races here. So I think he makes a top value this week and should be in for a top 20, which is going to be excellent value at 6,300. Next up, we got Cole Witt, who's nearly minimum price this week at 5,000, and he's starting 38. So he's only got -2 negative place differential if he was to go out early. So there isn't a lot of negative place differential value there for him. And looking at his career numbers, he's finished 22nd or better here in 6 straight races at Talladega. So I think at 5,000 he makes an excellent combination. Combining him and Almirola makes it very easy to combine 2 or 3 of these top price guys together in a GPP lineup. And just a couple guys that I maybe didn't highlight here. We got Ty Dillon. He's ranked 6th. He's only raced here once, but he did have a nice finish. And then the other one I was looking at down in this area is Paul Menard. He's ranked 8th overall in my sheet this week at 7,000, starting 20th. I think he's probably in for a top 15, as you can see here in the ranks. Sliding over to the career history ranks, looking at Paul Menard, he's got 3 top 5s and 6 top 10s in 22 races here, so I think he makes a nice stars and scrubs value play as well. So those are my main picks for this week. If you have any questions about them or any other driver I maybe didn't mention here, please hit me up on Twitter at Jaeger_bombs, in the comments below this article on YouTube, or you can hit me up in the DFSR chat room, which is down here in the bottom right. Click on the chat here once you've logged in. It's going to open up the chat. I'll be in here tomorrow morning leading up to a lineup lock. You can ask me any questions you want. I'll be in there for probably 2 or 3 hours first thing in the morning right up until lineup lock, like I said. Thank you once again for viewing the video. Really appreciate it. Reading the articles and supporting me overall. Don't forget that liking the video and subscribing to my channel is a huge help to me, and it's very much appreciated. Good luck this week, and let's see some green screens.